forgot what's the brother's name. Um, Abdul Abdul Ishaq ibn Abdul al Idrisi. Abdul Ishaq ibn Yaqub al Kindi. Yeah, al Kindi. Excuse me, al Kindi. Al Idrisi is the one who was one of the navigators that actually sailed here to America, right? But his name is al Kindi. Abu Ishaq ibn Yaqub al Kindi. Al Kindi. All right, so it wouldn't be no Kindi. It wouldn't be It wouldn't be no um, what's his name, Yaqub, who was another famous perfumer. It wouldn't be those guys. You know, their information would not even be documented if they was not inspired by people from the past who had already did it. Because initially, that's what people do. When somebody want to do something, they look at who did it before them to try to copy off of them and just put their own twist to it. It's not a coincidence that Kobe Bryant, his game is just like Michael Jordan. Where did he learn that from? He learned that from Mike. So you got to give respect to Taputi. If it wasn't for her, you know, and she was obviously she was not Muslim, and you know I respect the fact that she left a legacy behind. You follow me? So she wasn't Muslim, you know. So now, as far as is it cool for Muslims to people who are not Muslim to sell oils? Let me give you the answer to that. But I wanted to mention that first, okay? Dr. Ben in 1967, right? Dr. Ben actually, when he came to the U.S., he came from Tunisia. Dr. Ben, if I'm not mistaken, he's Muslim. He was Muslim, rahimallahu ta'ala, because he's from Tunisia, right? And obviously Tunisia that's in Africa. They have a lot of Muslims there. You know, so Dr. Ben, when he came here, he opened up his business in 1967 in New York. This is what Maya told me. The lady that works for Gold Star, the same company that Dr. Ben opened up. She said that when Dr. Ben opened up this business and he started selling wholesale, he said his agenda, his main goal was to bring jobs in the black community in New York. Bring jobs to the African American community in New York. So he decided to sell high quality oils wholesale in New York. And that's when, obviously, as I mentioned in the previous video, where there's a group called the Yorkies, or people used to call them the Yorkies. They never called themselves the Yorkies, but the Ansar Allah community, right? That's when they got their hands on the oils wholesale, right? Now, the Ansar Allah community at that time, people, you know, there's a difference of opinion whether they was actually Muslim or not, but most definitely they would call themselves Muslims, right? So they were the first people to get their hands on it in New York, get their hands on the oils wholesale, and they would sell it. They would sell the oils retail in the streets of New York. They would be on just about every corner in New York selling oils, right? So when they did that, I'm actually going somewhere with this too. So matter of fact, let me just pause here and I'm gonna just continue because you guys already know I get deep when I get into the conversation. So to answer that question, the second part, to answer that question directly, is it okay for people who are not Muslim to sell oils? Of course it is. Because Dr. Ben, when he was bringing, when he brought and opened up the business in 1967 to sell oils wholesale to the black community. This is the question here: is everybody in the black community in New York, are they Muslim? No. And this is actually before he had the agenda. He had the idea in mind to bring jobs to the black community in New York by selling the oils, high quality oils wholesale, before he even met the Ansar Allah community. Before he even met them, or actually before they even met him. He had this idea in mind before he opened up the business, before they even met him. You see? He wanted to do it for what? For the black community. Not everyone that's African American is Muslim. Right? Got some that's Christian, obviously. Some that's Muslim. Some with the nation. Some more Science Temple. Some are pro-black.